We are now going to get into a place here where what's wrong?
Are you going to go to television?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to start with something that I was not into that is not part of the TV portion of what I am into.
Oh. Okay, what
Something crazy happened on TV this week, and I want to know, and nobody seems to be talking about it, and I'm curious if you have any thoughts on this. So I have brought up American Idol on this show consistently for the last couple of years because I got back into
Katy Perry
American
went to space? Is that what you're going to talk about?
What?
Katy Perry went to space?
No.
Oh.
Katy Perry's not on the show.
Oh. Wasn't she?
She was.
Oh.
She has been replaced by Carrie Underwood. So it is Luke Bryan, Lionel Richie, and Carrie Underwood, and obviously, what's homeboy, the host who's always with Jackson? No, what's the host of the show? Ryan Seacrest, thank you, and Ryan Seacrest, of course. Okay, so that's who's on the show this week. So every week they pick like a theme of the show. Have you ever seen American Idol? Okay, so they pick a theme of the show, and they will pick Disney night, and you have to pick a song from Disney's category, or they'll pick a specific artist, or they'll pick 70s, or, these are the kind of genres. Carrie Underwood pushed for, it was very controversial last night. Carrie Underwood pushed for, and the crew pushed against, but she won, that the theme of the night is faith-based. And so because of Easter. So it was a faith-based theme. They had like all these faith groups come out, and every person who picked a song, it needed to be a faith-based song.
But what if they're not religious?
Right.
Oh.
And so I thought it was like the most uncomfortable episode of TV ever, because some people would pick songs, like this one person picked the song Yellow by Coldplay.
Yeah.
And Carrie was like, why'd you pick that song? And immediately you could see she's like, it makes me think of God because
she didn't really know.
They're in the stars. God, I always think of God when I listen to this song. And everybody, like, they asked, and then they all sing songs about God, Lionel and Carrie, and I was just like, I find this to be like the worst theme we've ever had. And apparently the behind the scenes, the crew was like furious and was just like, this is not what this show is. We can't force people to sing songs about religion.
So how does a judge win that over the producers and stuff?
I wonder if she is a producer on the show. I think that the producers maybe were fine with it, and it was the crew that felt uncomfortable, and maybe some of the singers. But it was my least favorite episode of American Idol ever.
Wow.
Just because I felt uncomfortable. It felt uncomfortable. Like, I have no problem with anybody singing a faith-based song for any of the weeks that they want to sing. There's plenty of opportunity. If it's like a 2000s week, you can sing whatever you want. Of course, if that's true to who you are as an artist. But forcing the night to be faith-based.
Yeah, that's tough. And you're
not weird for American Idol. And they were like, this is America. This is America where we celebrate God, and and it just felt like, what? You guys are always talking about messages being thrown down your throat of like woke things or whatever. This is, I guess, whatever message is being thrown at me right now, I am not picking it up. This is so awkward. Awkward.
I hear you. All right.
I was not into that, and I just wanted people to know, because I keep recommending American Idol, and I'm going to keep watching. But I thought that episode was
all right. Fair enough.
I also didn't know any of the songs.
There's other shows that you did like, though.
So many shows I liked.
Like this one. All right, let's talk about Stitch Fix. I know shopping's hard. I know it is. I found a much better way to do it, though. Stitch Fix, online personal styling, and makes it so easy. I'm not a shopping person. It doesn't matter. Even if I can figure out my size, stores never seem to really have what I need in stock. Then I'm not a crowds person. I'm not a lines person. I don't have the time for it. Stitch Fix, it gets you a stylist who understands your style, understands the size, gets the budget. They do all the shopping for you. So I just give my stylist the one that I have right now. I give them the size, I give them the style, I give the budget preferences. I order boxes when I want, how I want, no subscription required. And he just sends me for pieces, pluses, outfit recommendations, styling tips. It's awesome. I keep what works, and then I send back the rest. It's very easy. There's no stores, there's no crowds, there's no stress. Just personalized looks that you're going to love. Stitch Fix makes it all so easy. And it looks like you know what you're doing, too. If you're walking around, you go, hey, look at you. You're in style. I said, I know, right? And then I give Stitch Fix some props. Anyway, make style easy. Get started today at stitchfix.com/KHS. One more time, stitchfix.com/KHS.
Kristian, yeah. I doubt you have any interest in Celtic City.
Not at all.
Okay. I've started watching Celtic City because the finale is airing next week, and I wasn't watching this because I wanted to be able to binge through. So now I'm on episode 3. There will be 9 total episodes. I texted my brother. I'm like, are you watching this? He's like, yeah, obviously. It's literal Celtics porn. It's the best thing ever. It's just like, if you are a Celtics fan, that you cannot miss this. It's not anything I don't know, but it is incredible. Like watching the 7-year streak or the 9 out of 10 championships that they had, like it was just watching how that came to be. But there's also some really serious stuff about like Bill Russell and becoming an activist and what it was like on court for him versus off court for him. I'm only again on episode 3, but if you are a diehard NBA fan, it also goes through like where the NBA was at during different time periods. And if you're a diehard Celtics fan, it's even better. So good on HBO.
All right, next one.
All right, so this finale of Yellow Jackets aired 2 weeks ago, but I hadn't caught up yet, and I promised you guys I would talk about it when I did, and I finally caught up, and you guys were right. You told me to stick with it and that the final 3 episodes were the best of the season, and I agree with that. This was a slow season to start, and I think that it was really slow when we were with the younger cast. And it's the first time I've been like, oh, I just want to be with the future people because this is just so slow. But it did get very eerie. The way that the finale ends, I was like, I definitely am excited for our next season. There's obviously the biggest stars are on the show. They do such an amazing job with the way that this looks and sounds. So it's definitely like primo TV. I just thought that the beginning of the season was rather slow.
All right, next one.
Do you know that the rehearsal is back, Kristian?
No, never. I've seen clips.
Did you? Oh, you said season 1. You didn't watch this.
No, but I tell you, the clip I saw that I loved was when he did an interview and had an 8-year-old like telling him the answers, or 7-year-old telling him the answers to the job interview questions. I did love that.
Wait, what was it?
Maybe
was it from season 1?
Maybe.
Okay, this is season 2. Nathan is the most interesting person on TV. This is like, it's the way that Jury Duty did something different for television. So does the rehearsal. And the first season was wild, but the second season is completely different. What they're doing is he's trying to investigate plane crashes. Okay. And what is going on in the cockpit between, like, he's looking through logs of what everybody is saying and why the planes are crashing. And as an audience member, you don't know what's real and what's not yet. Like, these interviews are very real, but he is saying he's told HBO that he's doing a comedy, but really he's taking their money in order to solve this. But you don't know if that is accurate or not, or where the show is going to go. We only had 1 episode so far. It was a wild premiere. I'll definitely be talking about this weekly. So if you guys are interested, catch up. Just 1 episode so far.
All right, next one after that, and we have finally got a chance to see it, huh?
Yeah, I'm 3 episodes deep. So I'll be caught up for next week. What'd you say?
Farther along than me.
Yeah, I'm a little confused though, Kristian, because I really like the show, and the way you were talking about it was like it was a guilty pleasure.
No, me?
Yeah, I thought so. You were like, I mean, it's good. I think it's a really good show.
I never said that. Oh, maybe you might have been talking to somebody else. Looks like DJ. Me. Maybe. Yeah, probably DJ.
Like I picture back up though.
Yeah. I will in a second.
Okay. That's not a good graphic.
Why?
It looks like they're all 3 like in completely different lighting.
Oh, so not you're not shitting on Luke for making the graphic.
No. Luke did a great job. I'm talking about their promo.
Oh, okay.
Image. Do you think that that's a good promo image for them?
No, it does. It doesn't look like they're standing together. It looks different. And yeah, I really like the first episode. But no, my thing was that it was one of those things we started watching it late and didn't finish the first episode because it's one of those things. And I'm probably gonna have to. This is one of those shows where I'm gonna have to watch it by myself because Sadie was watching it, and then she's like, I don't know, the mom show's not for me. So now I'm just gonna watch it on my own.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it.
Okay, I'm surprised you didn't have WrestleMania on your list, but
I know I didn't watch.
I know. All right.
So right after last week, the finale of Daredevil aired. It feels like it was so much longer than a week ago, but I was like, I don't think I talked about the finale on the show, which I liked. So I'm very excited. I know a lot of people who saw episode 8 and 9 are very excited about this next season. I'm excited about the next season. I have one bone to pick with this show, which is that I want Karen and Frank together, and I wish they would stop teasing that. Like when Matt hears her heart pounding, and I'm like, yeah, stop giving me Karen and Frank because it makes me know that I don't want Karen and Matt. And as love shipper ships, I'm very invested in love stories, even in these kind of shows.
Yeah, I saw that. I get that for sure. I loved the finale. Love Winston and Coy. Couldn't disagree with them more. That they said that they were underwhelmed, or at least Winston was underwhelmed. That it was just kind of like a cliffhanger and lead up, didn't really go anywhere. I'm like, yeah, that was the whole point of the show. I think the whole point was.
So they had a very similar issue that I did.
Which was what?
My issue is that I want Frank and Karen together. Their issue is they don't like the cliffhanger.
Right. All right. So then the final one for this week, and last but certainly not least.
Yeah, I obviously had to put this on the list this week.
Right.
I don't want to. No spoilers, Kristian.
I feel like what we should do here. You give a breakdown of this first, and then I'm going to give the audience a second to bail because we have to talk about spoilers. So right now we won't. Right now, while you talk about this with your thoughts, go ahead, and then we'll give a warning for spoilers.
I had no idea this was coming. That this episode was coming and was going to be a big episode. I didn't play the game, so I have to say this is one of the first times that I watched an episode of television where I was like, I think they did a phenomenal job with the episode, but I don't actually like the episode, and I don't like the direction that the show's going in. And in that moment, I heard that this episode made a lot of people rage quit the game, and I understand why.
Yeah.
And I felt like rage quitting the reactions, but I'm not going to, and I have full faith in HBO and the show that it's going to be great. And a lot of people have DM'd me and been like, that's exactly how I felt. Stick with it. And trust me, you will be rewarded. So I fully believe that I might not feel this way at some point. But the way that I felt was not, you can't say it wasn't an excellent episode.
Sure.
It was excellent. But I was like,
well, we'll get into that. But so and I think that's good for you to, the way you set it up. So then that'll allow us to have a little bit of a spoiler discussion. So that's everything. That's the Roxy's TV picks. Make sure you check those out.